Pants on the ground in the capital city. In the capital city, I have a building to show you behind me. So let's take a look-see. Now I was driving by, I said, no way. I said, no way did fire do all of this. Now look at this. So the back side of the structure is cinder block right here. The front side's brick. Let's look at that side first. And then we'll take a look at the brick side here. It's all melted. It's all melted, baby. And this is interesting. Interesting, eh? Watch this. So you come up over here. So this section of the structure is cinder block. And what's going on here with this? When we take a look at this, it seems like heat damage. Look at the paint and look at these Lichtenberg figures. Now let's get closer. It gets better. Hang on. I'm looking at these here. Now look at this. These are upraised. These cracks, they look like cracks, but they're like a Lichtenberg figure. And they're actually upraised. They're popped out of the blocks. They've popped out of the block. These cracks, it's material that has popped out. It's upraised. See here? Here's a crack I'm looking at over here. That's a regular crack, but it has heat scoring around it though. But these ones are upraised. They've popped out of the block, and you can see the heat around them. And the paint is burnt. The paint is even burnt. Is what's weird about this. So that's that one. Now the brick side. I see these. Now this is the inside section of a structure because there's walls that have come down, obviously, right there. Oops. So I'm standing where there was more building. See right here? There was walls that came out further. And they're melted. So is this fire damage here? Look at these. Look at these. Now what kind of a fire? Now look at the bricks are gone. Like what happened up there at the top? So yeah, I don't think fire damage is going to be doing this, folks. I don't think fire damage is going to be responsible for this. Those bricks are muffed up, baby. I mean, that ain't right. So I'm looking at this, and it's all the same damage. The cinder block side on the right there and the brick side of the structure, it was all damaged. It's all showing the same damage. And there's paint on it that's original, and there's graffiti as well, but that green paint right there seems to be what was on the structure. There's stucco, original stucco in rendering. It's all melted and disintegrated. You'll see in a moment. And these blocks right here, these blocks, I see that often used, these brick blocks with the two holes in the middle, these like double, I don't know what you call those. I don't know what you call those even. I'm not a mason. So here's some fire damage in some of this wood framing. And it's not consistent. None of this fire damage is consistent. It's all, look at the top, there's half burnt, the bottom part's completely burnt between these melted bricks. Hang on. Between these melted bricks up here, see? They're all heat damaged. The blocks are damaged. There's a pegboard and there's some paint. This graffiti right here is strange as well. Because what they've done is they've taken, it was already burnt on top, and they've painted the rest of it black down below that pegboard just to put that white graffiti there. So they've pretty much made it so you can't like tell it's burnt. Like it looks like somebody just painted it kind of, to put their artwork there. You see what I'm saying? It seems a bit suspicious that they did that. But anywho, covering stuff up. And there's these big things sticking out. Just look at these bricks. Look at these bricks. Now, if fire is going to be doing this, vacating all the mortar from position, from the joints, I mean, you ain't kidding. Look at this. And there was a bird in every single one of those holes up there. See, each brick has 2 holes. Each one had a bird in it. Each one. They all flew, about 100 birds flew in there before I started. And there's about like 3,000 layers of paint on this original rendering of the structure. And it's all it's layered up pretty well too. It's all like lead paint. This is just graffiti paint. But there's damage on all of the structure. The cinder block and the bricks and the paint is all damaged. Heat damaged. Here's the rendering. It crumbles to dust. Look, I pull it out, it crumbles to dust. It's just completely disintegrated. Uh, the bricks behind. So there was more structure coming out, and that side there is damaged as well. It's not like a later addition. It's also heat damaged. This cinder block side. It's now being used as a an auto detail shop, and it likely was something similar, but it had garages. Whatever the structure was, it had garages. So I don't know what it was, but today it's a shop. And yeah, fire. I don't think fire is going to be responsible for this level of damage ever. I don't care if everything in there was on fire. If everything in there was on fire, I still don't think it's going to do this to the bricks. I don't think it's going to do this to these bricks, man. Between here, look at these ones. Oh yeah, this stuff, all that yellow shit right there. It came out from that pipe up on the right, you'll see. All that stuff bleeds out from the pipe right there. That pipe, yeah. That foamy stuff, it went right through the joints. Because it was hot. So it found its way through wherever it could. And yeah, I find that everywhere that stuff pops out around like fittings of like pipes and stuff, that foam stuff. In the event, it really blows out everywhere into big orange chunks of foam. And then there's some fancy drain thing here. And you see how fancy their work is. That stuff crumbles to dust as well, just dust. Completely disintegrated. With a fancy pattern on their masonry, like always. All their fancy everything. Some of it's hard still, some of it crumbles to sand or powder. And yeah, this is not fire damage. Oh, it's fire damage, yes, but this is X Factor fire damage. This is just an X Factor building. And there's paint on this stuff too. Nice paint. I mean, look how well layered that stuff is. This green stuff, yeah, green paint behind it. And the condition of these bricks in here is outrageous. And you can see this, the paint is all damaged and fused in with the concrete there. There's a pipe fitting, yeah. So that's original paint right there. That was already on the structure. And the bricks there on the right are just a joke. I find a better spot here to look in between at the bricks too. And you'll see it, the condition. And this stuff, it just crumbles to dust. It's completely loose and disintegrated. Sounds hollow. There's a nail right there. And up here, fire damage, eh? Fire damage, eh? Do that to the bricks up there. Vacated all the mortar between every block. It's all gone. It bled right through. From a fire, eh? Burnt half the wood down here. And didn't burn this wood all the way down. Look at the wood survived. Look at the wood on the side. Survived. Half of it did. Look at the wood. I mean, oh my God. Are you kidding me? So how'd the fire not hit the wood there, but it hit all these bricks? You see that? And this fuse melted right into it. Some of the wood's burnt. But yeah, that's the case. We always find that, baby. That wood does not always burn. This must have been a very quick flash event. Just very quick. And a heat source that we're not familiar with, likely. Or an energy source that we're not familiar with. Maybe we are, but just... And some of the wood looks brand new. But you can see it's going right into the damage. So it's just like, wow, this is... And there's that yellow stuff, that foamy stuff they put between around the fittings, pipe fittings, and what have you. So I thought I'd show you this building here. Drove by, I thought, oh, look at that fire damage. But wait a minute. That ain't fire damage, nothing, baby. Those bricks are melting. Yeah, the wood up here survived, and the wood down below it was burnt. Look at that. How'd that happen? How the fuck did that happen? The flames are going upward, right? How'd that happen? It's not making any sense. This is an inconsistent burn pattern on the building. It's not just fire damage. Yeah, it caught fire after the event. Yeah, I'm sure this whole world was smoking for years, likely, right? For years. Structures the size of mountains came down, baby. Mountain structures came down. They were probably smoking for years afterwards. There was probably no sunlight. Imagine the smoke in the air. How black the sky would have been. There would have been no sunlight. What an event, eh? And it happened. Oh, it happened. It happened. There was a day it got very hot and very dark afterwards. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Very dark afterwards and very, very hot. And very wet, likely afterward. Very wet. Or something afterwards. Because that melt stopped mid drip. And that stuff froze, back into place. Yeah, the pegboard even seems. Yeah, it's all old stuff. It's just weird. It's weird. And I love stuff like this. It doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense at all here. Nothing about this makes any sense. And that's why I love it. That's why I love it. Look at those bricks. Look at these coming out. They were about to leave. They were getting ready to leave right there, baby. They said enough is enough. Like Sam Jackson said on the plane. Anywho, that's St. Paul, the capital city. I love you all and take care. See you soon.